There's a lot of new product in this bag. It is viral product. It's all viral drugstore product, at least most of it is. Some of it's just like new on the market, but today we're gonna pull out makeup from this baggie right here, and we're gonna do like almost a full face of like first impressions. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. So we are doing kind of like almost a full face of first impressions. It's a lot of viral makeup. It's a lot of newly released makeup. And I wanted to give you guys my first impressions and my honest thoughts and opinions on these products. If you guys are new here, my name is Stacy. I feature unfiltered makeup opinions, makeup tutorials, and honest reviews. And I also have the unfiltered series. Definitely go check that out after you're done with this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like as well, and make sure your notifications are turned on so that you get notified when I post to my YouTube. And leave me a comment in the description box down below, the little lipstick emoji. That would be adorable. So if you don't know what to comment anyway, I should say. All right, so the first product that we are actually going to try out, I'm going to put on a primer first because it's technically a primer, but technically not a primer, but I do want to prime. We're just going to use the e.l.f. Power Gripping Primer with 2%, is it 2% niacinamide? No. 4% niacinamide. I'm just wanting like a little bit of a sticky tacky base because we're actually using a newer foundation, but I have featured it on my channel before and it works really well with this primer, but I've never actually layered, obviously, I've never actually layered this product underneath the foundation. We have the new Makeup Revolution Bright Light Bronzing Drops. The shade that I have is light medium. This retails for $12, and the description says, sun-kissed skin in seconds, an instant drop of radiance. Bronze and glow your way with the Revolution Bright Light Bronzing Drops. These effortless, customizable drops are your answer to an instant skin-kissed look without the damage. These drops have squalene, hyaluronic acid, and grapeseed oil in them, and when I hear about bronzing drops, it reminds me of the Drunk Elephant De Bronzy drops. So I do have a little sample size and we can kind of compare them today, but I'm just going to, I know typically you're supposed to like mix it with a moisturizer or something, but I'm just going to apply it to my face because we can. So we're going to do a little drop on my face, just little dabs here and there, and see how these work. Now, typically with the bronzy drops, yeah, these are going to be like, this is going to be a crazy tan look, but typically with the bronzy drops from Drunk Elephant, I tend to apply them more so with a moisturizer than over like a primer or anything like that, but I wanted to see how these would apply today. The Power Gripping Primer is doing its job. It is gripping like crazy, so I'm going to use my beauty blender and just spread this all out across my face. So I look like I'm tan, that I have, you know, a little bit of sun-kissedness across my face. These actually moved pretty decently well across my face, and I am going to have to try it with just like a moisturizer or even maybe mixing it with my SPF. I think that would be a good option because they are the bronzy drops. But so I'm actually going to take the bronzy drops from Drunk Elephant. Here they are on the back of my hand. I'm going to shear it out just a little bit, and I'll give you guys a close-up so you can see the difference between the two. As far as I know, the bronzy drops from Drunk Elephant, I think they only come in one shade, but to just give you guys a reference, top is de bronzy, the bottom is Makeup Revolution. The de bronzy ones are a little bit warmer in tone, like you can definitely see there that the color is a little bit warmer, but overall like the effect of these pretty much the same. I'm going to use the Fenty Soft Lit Filter Foundation. This is one that I have used and done like a full wear test with, and I've actually been wearing it to try to give you guys like an update on the foundation. It is going to look a little bit light because we have the de bronzy drops, but I like the coverage of this. It's like a medium to full coverage depending on how you apply it. And it does look very skin-like. And it does give you this like natural lit from within glow. So I want to see how it looks because I've never worn it with the DeBronzi drops like ever. So this actually is like a perfect foundation shade match. It just looks like it's lighter because we have the bronze, like bronzy drops underneath, but like my skin looks really pretty. Like that looks so pretty. So no new concealer. We're just using the Tower 28 Serum Concealer. And I'm just gonna dab this like on some of my like problem areas and where I'm having some like, you know, mom bags, that sort of thing. Does my face look glowy and dewy and fresh? Because that's what it feels like. I like it. I like it. And I'm just going to take some of my LA Girl pink powder. I've used this before on my channel, so it's not anything new. It's just a pink brightening powder, and I definitely need some like pink color correction these days because I'm having a little bit of like purple on my under eyes, and I'm finding that this powder just really corrects like those tones that I'm having. So we're just focusing it in areas where I need a little bit of brightening and a little bit of color correction. First, I'm going to put on my bronzer. We're just going to use my beauty blender. This is the Makeup Academy Cream Bronzer, and I am just going to very delicately like place this on the face because we do have an actual powder bronzer that we are going to be using today. I'm really excited about this powder bronzer, and I mean, when I say viral powder bronzer, leave me a comment before you get to the end. What bronzer comes to mind when I'm saying like new viral bronzer of 2024? Comment with the timestamp that you are watching this, and then also comment what bronzer you think I'm talking about. And then you guys can obviously keep watching and see what bronzer I'm talking about. So far, I'm really liking the way that my makeup looks. I think it looks stunning. It looks beautiful. Now we do have some new face products. The first thing that I actually wanted to show you guys is a new liquid blush. It is actually from L'Oreal. This is the Lumi Le Liquid Blush. Indulge in an easy to build and blend formula for the look you want, whether it's a minimalist soft blush of color or a bold radiant flush to your cheeks. The L'Oreal Lumi Le Liquid Blush, available in a lit from within glowy or dewy matte finish. It says that it's a dewy finish, it feels lightweight on the skin, it's suitable for all skin types, and it's tested by dermatologists. I got the shade Dewy Bright Pink. Dewy Bright Pink, which is the shade number 605. This retails for $14.99 from L'Oreal, and this is what it looks like. So I'm actually going to put it on the back of my hand so we can see kind of how it shears out. Like, that is super pretty. And this is a dewy blush. So I'm actually going to apply it this way first. And then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and just kind of shear it out a little bit. It says that it's a fluid buildable formula and that it is a dewy finish. Oh, that's pretty. It's shearing out like super nicely on my cheeks. Like, look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. Okay, well, I'm impressed. I think this is super pretty, super glowy, very buildable. My skin just looks like super dewy and like luminescent. Okay, L'Oreal, like where have you guys been hiding this blush? Like you guys should have been making liquid blushes for a couple years now because like this would have been a contender with the Rare Beauty blushes. Like this is so pretty. So now here comes, these are actually new. They are viral. They have actually blown up like everywhere on like TikTok, on YouTube. I've seen them over on Instagram a lot. And we have the new NYX Buttermelt. We have two blushes. I have a bronzer. I am so excited to try these. I have actually been hearing a lot of things about these blushes and bronzers, and I actually saw them in the store, and that's what prompted me to actually go ahead and purchase them because I wanted to see how they do on the skin. I've been trying to stay as unbiased as possible, but I have seen a lot of people using these new bronzers and blushers. So we're going to start with the bronzer. We're going to layer it over the cream bronzer that I have. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on the bronzing shade that I chose, as well as some information and first impressions on this. It's viral. So we have the NYX Buttermelt bronzers, And it says that they are a Buttermelt bronzer that blends like powder and glides like butter for a sun-soaked bronze with a natural finish, and it has 12 hours of wear. It is vegan, it has clean ingredients, it's cruelty-free, and the shade that I have all buttered up. These retail for $10, $10. So we have the medium shade. I've actually not played with this. I've not touched it. I'm super intrigued. Oh, and this like the way it feels in pan is really pretty. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it, and it is like a medium. It's not quite warm toned, but it's not quite cool toned either. Like it's kind of like an in between. I feel like this is a more affordable option compared to the Physicians Formula butter bronzers. Those are like $17 now, and these are $10. So let's take a look at, I wanted to pull up my butter bronzer real quick because I really feel like these might be very, very similar. The butter bronzer, this one is like, it's pretty expensive now. It's actually super expensive. The shade that I have is bronzer. This is like my go-to shade. You'll notice it has a little bit of like a sheen to it as well. And this shade has always been like my go-to shade. The actual color of the shade bronzer, it's a very light, it's not even like got a red undertone to it, which you can definitely see that red undertone on the bronzer from NYX. So I'm actually going to swatch it on this hand just so you guys can see. I've always felt like the bronzer shade in the Physicians Formula bronzer is like a perfect cool tone shade, and it glides on like butter. But we're going to put these two right next to each other. Oh yeah, like this is definitely, you can see this is a lighter shade, and you can barely see the bronzy shade from the butter bronzer, but we're going to try this out. So I'm going to take the F05 from Singe Beauty. This is my bronzing brush, and we're going to lightly, kind of just very lightly dust this on my face. And I have been a fan of the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for like a very long time, and I know that they do have other shades, so they might have a shade that fits this one a little bit more, but like upon just feeling the texture, they feel very, very similar. Like they're very, very buttery. So they both have that buttery feel to it. Just that, like, who thought that we would be seeing the drugstore duping the drugstore? That's like a question. But that's honestly what came to mind when I heard about these Buttermelt bronzers. And actually, that's like so pretty. Like, look how pretty that is. I look like I got like kissed by the sun, and it's blending really nicely with that cream. It's really, really nice with the blush. Like, I just look very sun-kissed. That is nice. And it laid really nicely on top of the other product, and it blended in really easily. Like, this is so, so nice. The last time I tried a NYX bronzer, it did not go very well. It was their old Cali Sunbeam and bronzers. Did not like that one. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the blushes. We have two. We have the Buttermelt blush in the shade You Know Butter, and then we also have the shade My Butter Half. So these blushes, they come in 12 different shades. They are smooth, they are blendable like powder, and they glide on like butter, and they have a glowy finish to them. They are also cruelty-free, and it says that they are a blooming pigment. Butterwear, butter blend, butter. And they come in 12 different shades. They blend seamlessly like powder, and they all have a glowy finish to them. It says soft matte glowy finish. So this is the shade You Know Butter. It's a shimmery coral, and I'm gonna actually swatch this on my hand. Like, look how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. I'm gonna put this, ooh, yeah. I saw this one in the store, and this is what made me buy these, because I saw this shade. I didn't swatch it, but I tried it, like saw it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty. But you know what it reminds me of, and I'll tell you in a minute, because we're gonna swatch the other one. The other one is My Butter Half, and this is like a purpley lilac-y shade. Like, it's so hard to explain, but like, look how pretty that is. This shade is so pretty too. It's a cool toned pinky, bubblegummy pinky. Like, this totally reminds me of those Dior blushes. The Dior blush that was super popular back in the winter time. This shade totally reminds me of it. But this shade looks like NARS, the NARS Orgasm blush. I have the NARS Orgasm Blush. This is a very expensive blush. This is the original Orgasm. We're gonna actually swatch this on my finger here. And it is a very light shade, actually. It's not as pigmented as that coral shade, but I'm still gonna put it on the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna put the coral shade on the back of my hand, and we're gonna see the difference between the two. And actually, this could be more like the Orgasm X blush. Yeah, because you can see like there's definitely a difference between the two. This is more like the Orgasm X instead of the Orgasm blush. But I have used the Orgasm X blush before, and I really feel like that this is like probably a pretty good close color match to the Orgasm X color. So I want to use this shade today. This is the reason why I bought these blushes, was the You Know Butta shade. Literally, this is the reason why I bought these. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I'm actually going to take a Singe Beauty. This is the FO6. I'm going to very lightly build this on my cheeks because I want just to see how these blend out. This is so glowy. Like, look how, like, this is so glowy. Like, can you see the difference between the two? Like, super glowy. And it has like a little bit of that sheen to it. Like, it's super pretty. And I really like that. Maybe we'll go in with a little bit of the other one on top. My Butta half. I'm going to put just a little bit over. Yeah, we're going like super blushy today. My husband is going to have to deal. But very, very pigmented because I barely like tapped into these and I tapped off quite a bit. Very pigmented and they are super, super glowy. So I'm actually very impressed with these blushes. I don't remember the last time I tried a NYX blush. Like, it's been a hot minute. I don't think I've ever actually tried a NYX blush. I know they have like cream blushes that are really pretty, but like this is super pretty. I just want a very simple highlight, so I'm just going to use the Pure Nude highlight from Essence, and this is just going to give me a little bit of a sheen, and I'm using my damp beauty blender because it's going to kind of tone out some of the blush a little bit because I went a little bit overboard. Really glossy, really dewy, really pretty. We're going to go in with this spray right here. It's the Iconic London Prep Set Glow. Also in my bag of goodies, I have a eyeshadow stick from L'Oreal. I haven't tried an eyeshadow stick in like forever. And this is the Le Shadow stick. It is brand new from L'Oreal. And let me show you guys. It's like a champagne shade. It's super pretty. I'm going to just do a little bit so you guys can see like how glowy that is, and super creamy. Wow. The Le Shadow stick, it says enhance your eye look with L'Oreal's Le Shadow stick. The eyeshadow stick format allows you for quick and easy application, while the creamy formula easily builds and blends for even and smooth application. Choose from a variety of rich shades in matte and shimmer finishes to create your look. These retail for $12.99. There are 8 shades in total. And I got the shade Twinkly Rose. So it is like a rose gold shade. So we're just going to do a really simple like crease real quick. Just going to throw a little bit of a warm toned shade in the crease. Like that. That's so creamy. Ooh, and it doesn't budge. This isn't budging on my hand. What's going on? So we're going to take the Le Shadow stick and I'm just going to very lightly like color it on my eye. We just did like a warm crease shade. Like just any brown. I could have thrown my bronzer in the crease if I really wanted to. So this is feeling almost wet and I'm not sure if I like it. Like it feels like cooling on my skin. I do like the way that it looks because it's like sheer and subtle. That's super pretty. Very sheer, very subtle, it kind of reminds me of those, like, if you were looking for a one and done type of shade and all you want is like a rosy champagne-y gold shade, like this is really pretty. So I'm just using the EO1 from Singe Beauty and like making sure that the edges are pretty nicely blended. And it just, It's like a sheer wash of color. I've had other shadow sticks that were like a little bit more like pow and pop than this, so it is a little bit of a different take on a shadow stick because it almost has like a translucent base, but like on my skin when I swatched it, it was pretty metallic, but I don't really feel like this is super metallic like on my skin. So I'm just concentrating this a little bit more on the inner corner just to give it a little bit more of bright poppiness. The last thing that we have to try is the Lash and Brow Gel Mascara from Essence. This retails for $3.99. It is a clear brow gel and it is vegan and cruelty free. And then it also says it gives your lashes and eyebrows in shape. So I guess you could put this on your lashes, but I'm not going to. I am going to use this solely for my brows because my brows need the most taming. So the wand is like really big actually. Very big. But I want to see how if it like locks my brows in place. Right now it feels like very moist. Really moist. Like very, very wet feeling. But I want to see if it's going to like glue them in place or if it's just going to be like kind of wispy. Because like I need the glue to hold the glue. And we have this viral mascara. This is the Lash Sensational Firework Washable Mascara. Comes in 3 shades. We have blackest black, like a brown black, and then a black, like a very black. But it says, ready for main character lashes, Maybelline's Lash Sensational Firework Mascara delivers 360-degree extraordinary lash impact and full flare. This mascara also retails for $13.99. Ooh, look at the brush. Like, this is a super spiky, sticky brush. Like, that's gonna, like, literally just poke my eyeballs out. But apparently this is supposed to give, like, length. It's supposed to be washable. I'm actually kind of wondering if it's a tubing mascara. Now, typically, when you open a mascara for the first time, it's going to be very, like, watery. So I don't expect volume, but if it's a tubing mascara, it's going to give me length. So I'm going to see how this works. I think the pink is like super like pretty. Like you're not losing that in your makeup bag. The wand is like super flexible, which is actually making it easier to apply because I typically don't like these like pokey wands because they tend to destroy my eyes. It does say that it is a conditioning flaring formula and it has vitamin B5 in it and it's also clump and smudge resistant. I am actually super curious. Like this kind of looks like like it kind of feels like a tubing mascara, the way that it's like going on my lashes. It's really clinging to like even the little hairs like right on the inner corner of my eye. What? So here is one eye without it and they look really long. Like really long, not necessarily volumizing, but they do look really long. So let's do this side. Okay, so my brows are still a little bit wet, but I kind of like this mascara. Like my lashes look so long. I haven't seen them look this long in like forever. No, like the last time I really saw them look this long was when I used like the Lash Princess mascara from Essence. And this formula is actually really easy to work with and it's not really like clumping or anything like that. And it really like extends my lashes and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm gonna play with this more. It's really good. Now I need like a red lipstick or like something like classic because what if we just do a vinyl lip ink like in red? Because we have like this classic eye look and like this really flush cheek, but I really want like a bold lip. All right, guys, so here is almost a full face of first impressions. I'm actually really liking the way that my makeup turned out, and I really seriously feel like I have like high-end makeup like all over my face. I know that the foundation is technically high-end, but like other than that though, the rest of the products on my face pretty much were drugstore. Like drugstore highlighter, drugstore blush, drugstore bronzer, drugstore eyeshadow, drugstore lips, drugstore mascara. This is so pretty. Like I feel like it's very classic 1950s look today, but it's really pretty. I am so impressed with these products. upon first impression, I think they are really, really good. I definitely am enjoying, honestly, like the blush and bronzers. These are so, so beautiful. I'm just impressed with everything that I tried today. It is all like top-notch product. And yeah, they're at a little bit more of a higher, like they're higher on the drugstore like price point list, but they're still really, really good. And some of these are actually cheaper than some other drugstore products that we've been seeing lately anyway. But these are so good. I'm so impressed. They are very comparable to high-end product. They are really good. So I'm gonna keep testing these. I'm gonna give you guys like an unfiltered speed reviews update on this makeup. Stay tuned to my channel for that, but these are so good and I'm actually so impressed with these right now. They're beautiful. Thanks guys so much for watching and staying tuned to the end. If you haven't already, definitely consider hitting the subscribe button so that you guys can see this beauty review. That means that you need to have the bell on so you can get notified when I post that video. And leave me a comment down below. What do you guys think of this makeup look? What do you guys think of this product? Have you tried any of this product? And thank you so much for watching. I hope I get to see you in my next one. Bye!